ako Kamu po, ano yan sa likod pa? Info, to have the pistol. No, 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 don't take. There we go. Thank you. Shout out to Rosalind. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Shout out to Rosalind. Hi, Kara. Anyways, let's see. We got Rosalind in the house, Xavier, and Kidney Warrior. Everybody connect. And there's my brother. Shout out to Marlito. Shout out to Marlito. Thank you all for coming. Rosalind, do you ever go live on Facebook? Because I mean, I'm not on Facebook a lot, but I don't ever see you. I see you helping my wife, but I don't ever see you going live yourself. The Bud Files. Welcome to the live stream, Bud. Good to see you. I haven't. I'm gonna subscribe to you, but I have to resubscribe to you. I know I used to be. I went through last year at the beginning of the year. I went through a house cleaning, and I just basically hit a reset on my YouTube. This is my personal channel. I don't do videos. This is just like I support people. This is the channel I use to support people. It's basically the original YouTube channel that I've had from the beginning, and so I did subscribe to you. I will start watching some videos. But I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll catch up on some of your videos. I used to watch your videos. Anyways, yeah, guys, if you get a chance to connect to Kidney Warrior and connect to Bud Files. Right now, I am in the state of Wyoming. It is Definitely different out here. This is actually the least populated state in the country. Uh, it's a big state too. I mean, square miles, it's a lot of square kilometers, a lot, but there's just not a lot out here. There's a lot of mountains, and I think okay, I see it. Tempura. Okay. Well, maybe you should share that, Rosalind. Share your tempura business, and maybe we can all help you promote it. But anyways, yeah, I was saying I'm in Wyoming. It's the least populated state in the United States. There's less people living in this state than so many of the states that are half a third of this size. Like if you look on the map how big Wyoming is, and then you look at a little tiny state like Delaware, there's more people living in Delaware. It's hard to believe, but I think actually I got a road atlas here that actually tells you how many people, the population of Wyoming. The population of Wyoming is uh, 576,851. So there's more people living in Manila than there is the whole state of the Wyoming. That's how it's just. I guess the best way to do it is take a look. This is Wyoming. You could see the grass hills. You could see, well, that was the highway out there, but all there is grass hills. I'm in the mountains right now. So, yeah, but I mean, it's nice. You don't want to be out here in the wintertime. No, you definitely don't want to be out here in the wintertime. It gets really rough. The wind, the snow. There's actually that road that I just showed you. There's a lot of accidents on that road in the wintertime because we're very high in the mountains and they get some really bad wind sometimes. The wind can be worse than the snow sometimes. Sometimes they'll close the highway down because the wind, these trucks will actually blow over. Got a silent viewer? Okay. Everybody, please, when you get a chance, give us the thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And actually, that's something I need to do. Thumbs up. So, anyways, I'm sorry that you're disappointed. Everybody come on here thinking they were going to see that Guapa Filipina sing, and well, usually Friday night she's really busy. That's why I volunteered to start the channel. She'll be in later on, but on Friday nights she goes to choir practice. She loves to sing, you know that, and she sings choir in the church. So every Friday night they have choir rehearsal. So that's what she's doing right now. Her and her two sisters and my niece, our niece. You've seen Kara before. So yeah, they have a pretty good time. And then Saturday nights is when they go to church, and then my wife, she's always been involved in the church, loves being in the church, so she does choir rehearsal on Friday nights, then she goes to church to sing on Saturday night, and then they go to early Sunday morning mass. So, and she actually goes to two different churches, but she's you know what, that's one of the things that made me love her so much. She just she loves the Lord, and that meant a lot to me. But anyways, I'm sorry to disappoint you with this face. I know my wife's a lot more prettier, but it's okay. I'm just gonna. I might try to sing a little bit later. I had to go out and buy a new speaker today. Uh, my old one broke. My old speaker, I actually bought my old speaker before my wife even came to the US. and I had it for a long time. It was a Bose speaker. Here's the new one. I bought a new one just like it, but this was what my old one looked like, and it lasted like 6 years. I mean, and it, I guess for some speakers that wouldn't be very good, but being on this truck every day and you're bouncing around and it, it takes a beating every day. So to me, I think it was a good, it had a good lifespan. So 6 million in the house, guys. Thanks for coming. If you get a chance. Uh, Hi Rikishi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. You should have brought. You should sign in with your other profile so we can get people to connect to you. Yeah, Tess is at choir practice right now. She's at her church choir practice. Thank you for sharing. Okay. She is there, but her picture is frozen. She, I guess we're doing a reverse role. I'm doing the live stream, and she gets to type in and greet everybody. Uh, it's good to see you. Anyways, so yeah, I've been really busy lately. I actually went all the way across the country. I was in the state of Washington for a while, which is on the Pacific coast. I was in there for a couple days, which I don't like that as much because when I get in California, Oregon, or Washington, that means my wife is 2 hours ahead of me. We have different time zones here, and she ends up 2 hours ahead of me. And it kind of hurts our schedules trying to talk and all that when we talk during the day. And right now I'm in mountain time. So she's 1 hour ahead of me. Now I called my son earlier today because today is my son's birthday. My son turned 38 years old today. So yeah, that makes me feel pretty old. When your kids start getting old, that really makes you feel old. Hey, welcome to the live stream, Ken. Thank you for coming. Everybody connect to Ken Stout. He's got a lot of videos. Ken's got a lot of videos, over 2,000 videos. That's a lot. That is a lot. And I am actually subscribing to you right now, Ken. I am subscribed to your channel, and I appreciate you stopping by. And I will do my best to try to catch up and watch some of your videos. I'm just looking at the titles of some of them, and honestly, there's a few things in there interesting I might want to watch. I'll definitely check it out. Joanna Road Trip. Welcome to the live stream. Everybody. Everybody connect, guys. Connect with each other. Let me see. Joanna Road Trip. Mm-hmm. Got 48 videos. Okay, Joanna, I'm gonna connect to you right now. Keep making the videos. Don't give up. Everybody got a moderator here? I was gonna say my wife don't have a moderator, but I guess you don't need a moderator when it's your channel. Oh, it's Zonaz. Ah, I'm sorry. I actually knew your name, Joanna. I actually remembered your name, but it just slipped my mind. And I don't usually see you pop in with this account right here very much. I was watching your video with the elephant today. and I try to stop and eat your lives when I can. I cover I honestly I lost track of how many channels I cover. I have time that I can watch videos all week, and I try to get around and bounce around here and there and just try my best to like watch as many channels as I can to try to support as many people as I can. I share a little bit of blessings here and there, but I gotta say YouTube has really made me driving over the road because my wife works. We can't talk all the time. So, like, I'll call her in the morning. I am her wake up call. I am my wife's alarm clock. And then believe me, if I forget, I am in big trouble. But I wake her up in the morning. It's not a long conversation because she's just waking up. So, she actually lately she's been calling me. She'll say, "I'm at work. Goodbye." and And then once I get graced if she calls me at lunch, I don't bother her to call at lunch because her doctor's office is right next door to her sister's office. So they both work for different doctors, but they're right next door to each other. So she'll go over and eat lunch with her sister. So I don't bother her then. I don't demand that she call me. Um, but we usually talk in the evening or right after she's done work. We'll talk for an hour or two. And what so what I was saying, YouTube is like fills in those holes where, you'll see. I go to some live streams. I have some people that I go see every week, and I go just because I want to. I need to talk to somebody sometimes, and I talk to many people. Macton Angel, thank you for coming, Macton Angel. And so, anyways, like I was saying, I like to go to people's live streams mostly. That way I can interact with other people. It just passes my day, especially if I'm just sitting there getting my truck unloaded or getting loaded or I'm still on break or whatever. It's just nice. I got a community in YouTube and I like a lot of these people. I've met some good people. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hey, guys, when you get a chance, give me a thumbs up. But if anybody's got some topics they'd like to talk about, I'm open to talk about topics. We can talk about topics because I don't think you want me to start singing yet. Wow. Hi, Maria. Thank you for coming and thank you for the thumbs up. It's a was a pretty nice day and weather today. One thing about being up in the mountains is the temperature is a little bit cooler. So I've been doing a lot of traveling in Washington, Oregon, and Idaho, and these are all mountain states. And now I'm in Wyoming. These are all mountain states. So I'm not seeing the temperature in the 90s or sometimes not even in the 80s. I mean, I think today it got in the 80s, but what I like about being in the mountains is at night the temperature stays cooler and it cools down. And when I wake up in the morning, it actually is it's really nice out. It's not hot. It's refreshing. There was a couple times last week when I was in Washington, I had to put a long sleeve shirt on. I put a flannel shirt on. Oh yeah, I saw that, Maria. Yeah, you guys been getting a lot of rain, but that's Panama City, Maria. You guys get all the rain. I think the Florida Panhandle gets more rain than the rest of Florida. Um, I've been a driver for a long time. Over the road, Ken. It's been it's going on 9 years with this company. So I've been with this company for 8.5 years. My last job before that was 2.5. So that's 11. And then before that was so it's been 13 years straight. But I did drive back in I originally got my class A in 99 and I drove until 2000 2001 and then I came off the road for a long time because my kids were still little then, and I just, I couldn't miss out on their life. I have no regrets. And then I came back over the road, and I think it was 2011 or 12. Actually, I think it was 12, and that's I've been on the road since then. But it definitely is a. It can challenge you. Some days can be so quiet, peaceful. Like one of my favorite states to drive through is Interstate 80 going through Nebraska, and the reason why, there's no turns in the road. There's no mountains. I mean, you got to kind of wake yourself up because you can zone out and be a zombie if you don't, keep yourself active and your eyes moving and stuff. But it's so peaceful as long as you don't hit a lot of traffic. It's just like it's a I think, and it's 450 miles too. I-80 is 450 miles going through Nebraska, but yeah, it's a very peaceful run. I mean, you don't have any obstacles except for the traffic around you. But no, it has its good days and bad days. The weather and the traffic are basically your two biggest obstacles. It's 11. You're allowed to drive 11 a day. They have a. It's funny because when I was over the road and I came off the road in 2001, they really changed the rules when I came back. So what it does now is like you can only be on duty for 14 hours. So whatever time I start my clock in the morning, I have to be done in 14 hours, regardless of how much driving I did, how much time I sat. Your day has to be over in 14 hours. That's the 14-hour rule. Then they got the 11-hour rule. That's how many hours you're allowed to drive. But it's mandatory for you to take a 30-minute break before you get in 8 hours of driving. So before you get to 8 hours of driving, you have to take a 30-minute break. And you're allowed to drive 60 hours in 7 days. So basically, it's 11 hours a day. But once you max your hours out for the week, you can do what they call a 34-hour reset. So if you take a 34-hour break, your clock resets. It erases all your hours. Or you can, like right now, I'm running off a recap. So whatever I drove a week ago today, I'll be gaining that many hours back. Like tomorrow, I can only work 6 hours tomorrow because a week ago I only drove 6 hours that day, so that's all I can drive for tomorrow because I'm maxing out my 70 for the or my 60 hours for the week. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna say this much, Ken. When I first got into trucking, when I very first started, it was rough. Starting out is hard because the really high paying companies will not hire you because they don't want new drivers. So we have these what we call startup companies, and I'll give you some examples: CR England, Trans Am, Warner, um, Swift Transportation. These are all startup companies, and I mean, I'm not going to say it's terrible. I think you'll make at least 50 to 60,000 at the minimum. And it also depends on how much you want to work too. Now, one thing I will say about this job is, because they don't have to pay you time and a half, you can work 3, 4 months. They don't care. You can work every day, 3, 4 months. They don't care. So, but most companies require you to be out for 3 weeks. If we're talking over the road, they require you to be out for 3 weeks and then you get 3 days off. Now, the one reason I chose this company is they actually let that time accumulate. Most companies, like if I would work 6 weeks, they would say, no, you're still only allowed to take 3 days off because they don't want their truck down from more than 3 days. But my company, if I decide I want to stay out for 30 days, see, I get a day off for every 6 days I'm out, but you got to be out for 3 weeks. So after, after 18 days, I'm allowed to take 3 days off. What I used to do is I used to go 24 days, and then I would take 4 days off. You can take 4 days off straight. And what I would do is just take one. I would used to go one long weekend a month. Now I don't do that anymore because I'm a workaholic. But um, you could take 3 to 4 days off a month. And but like I said, once you get into the business, I want to say once you get about 4 years in, you can make 60, 70,000. You know, I'm personally, I'm making over 85, but like I said, I work a lot and, but I'm trying to make a future for my wife and I. I'm putting a lot into my 401k. My company offers profit sharing and, it's not too bad. I love the company I work for. I mean, it's a good company, but there's some out there that aren't so good. But like I said, there's those starter companies, they have a high turnover rate. My company has a low turnover rate because I think we require 2 years experience now. But once you get here, I mean, you're not really going to do better anywhere else. There's a couple smaller companies that actually pay more as far as per mile. But if you add everything in with our 401k profit sharing, we have actually, they match my funds from my 401k, then they give us profit sharing. And then if you add in all your benefits on top of that, we actually look better than most companies. Corner. Corner. Corner had a bit. You guys, if you ever get the chance, Corner Clubhouse. I love his afternoon live streams. He goes and takes a live stream at lunch break. Now, Corner, he come on the other day, and it was National Hamburger Day. Now, I've been doing this diet for a while now, really been good. But then Corner said it's National Hamburger Day, and I love hamburgers. I love burgers. I love a great burger. And so, Corner, after I left your live stream the other day, there was no Wendy's around because Wendy's is my preferred place. Wendy's, Five Guys, the higher end ones. But so the only place I could get a burger was Dairy Queen, and there was a Dairy Queen right next door to the truck stops that I was sitting at. So I said, okay. So I went over there and I got a double burger with bacon and cheese. So, but what I did, Corner, is I skipped dinner. I didn't eat dinner that night. So I was like, okay, well, I got to balance things out. So I ate my burger at lunch and then I skipped my dinner. No, it's okay. Hey, Corner, you gave me an excuse to have a burger. Thank you. Who we got on here now? Everybody connect, guys. Connect. Let's see who else we got. Um, Still got Ken and Corner. And my wife likes this. She don't have to be on camera tonight, but she's actually the one everybody comes to see. Y'all don't come to see me. You come to see that guapa face, and she's such a good singer. Believe me, when she used to be on the truck, I used to if she would just be sitting there, I would say, "Can you sing me a song?" And she would say, "What do you want me to sing?" And then once I got her to sing one song, she would almost sing for the rest of the day. Ooh, I've had those before too, Ken. Yeah, they're good burgers. Monster burgers. Yeah, they're big too. Yeah. Yeah, I was only Wendy's was or no, I'm sorry. Dairy Queen was the only available place. They're not terrible burgers. I mean, they're okay. But I'm a big fan of Wendy's. I really like that fresh beef. I don't know, they have a good taste to it. I won't go to McDonald's. I will not go to McDonald's. Their burgers are I don't think it's like it used to be. And I actually saw a video one time where McDonald's actually imports a lot of their beef from Brazil, which I guess really isn't too bad. But from what I understand, if meat's imported, it's not inspected by the USDA, so it could have things in it that we don't want in our bodies. So that's why I try to stick to American beef. And Burger King, you know, back in the day, my dad was a manager for Burger King for a long time, and I, of course, went to work with him for a while. Burger King used to be really good. I mean, now I still like the Whopper, but the Whopper's about the only thing I can eat. The rest of their burgers, the rodeo burger and all the stuff, the sauces and all they're putting on burger. I don't go to Burger King anymore either. Um, Burger King and McDonald's. I just oh, actually, I could tell you a story. What was it? St. Louis, wasn't it, dear? We went to St. Louis one time, or outside of St. Louis, and we went to a Burger King. This was during COVID, and man, both of us, we both ended up getting sick, really bad. And so I don't think we've been. I might have been back there twice, but I won't get any specialty burger. If I go to Burger King, it's only out of there's no other place to go, and I need to grab something quick, and I'll get the Whopper, and I won't even get cheese on it. I just get a regular plain Whopper. Oh yeah, I remember Whataburger. No, they still got yeah, Whataburger's good. I like their burgers. They're big in Texas. There's a lot of Whataburger in Texas. When I was working for waste management in Bradenton, Florida, there used to be a place right down the road called Backyard Burger, and they were pretty good. They were grilled burgers. They grilled those over an open flame, kind of like Burger King does. And man, they were good. I used to get the mushroom and Swiss all the time. There you go, Ken. There you go, Ken. I agree. Your own grill. Me too. Believe it or not, I might be a truck driver, but I got a grill on the back of my truck. I got a charcoal grill. Matter of fact, I got some wings and I got a nice piece of steak for tomorrow. And I'll be grilling tomorrow because I got a short day. I can only drive 6 to 7 hours. So I figured if I got a short day, it's a good day for me to grill. But yeah, I need to. If I wasn't on a diet, I would buy some burgers, but I'm trying to stay away from the bread. I'm not on a total. I don't totally cut my carbs all the way, but I cut down on them. So it's that's why I've been staying away from. But I do love. I love to grill my own burgers. Like to do doubles with the cheese. That way you can and you get a better quality cheese, and that's something that most of these fast food places don't have is a really good quality cheese. And you can get that at the store, but I don't really like most of the cheese. Even Wendy's, their cheese is just okay. I do like to buy my own cheese. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can, and yeah. So a lot of carbs. There's a lot of carbs that turn into sugar. Well, what I find amazing is what how they're discovering certain foods that they told us we should eat all the time. Now they're saying no, 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 no. We got that all wrong. And so from what I heard about breads is the only good bread that you can eat is especially if you're diabetic is sourdough. They said every other bread that you eat turns to sugar when you digest it. So I heard sourdough bread doesn't turn to sugar and it's the healthiest bread you can eat. That's what they're claiming now. Now they're claiming that all the fiber in the wheats that you used to get is not as good for you. Yeah, I like sourdough too. And matter of fact, what is it? Hardee's got the sourdough burger, I think, don't they? Yeah, I think Hardee's has a sourdough burger. Um, but yeah, and they got the sourdough breakfast sandwich too. But yeah, it's hard to find sourdough. Cracker Barrel, I haven't been there in a long time, but years and years ago, my mom used to waitress there, and we're talking years and years ago. But they used to make their sourdough bread inside the restaurant. I don't know if they still do it, but their sourdough was always good. The Cracker Barrel, and of course, we have the Jolly Bees, which is their burgers are okay. I've I've only eaten Jolly Bee burgers maybe twice, because every time I go there, I like to eat their chicken. Okay, Ken. Okay. If I'm still awake, I'll try to catch you before I go to sleep. I'll definitely check you out. I did subscribe to your channel, so I definitely will be checking your channel out. I appreciate you stopping by. You're welcome. So, who else we still got in the house? We still got 8 million in the house. Okay, dear. Shout out to Team Alette. Thank you for coming. How many accounts do you have? Elick, my nephew. Hi, Elick. Thank you for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while. You must be busy. Let's keep it lively. Everybody connect. Mm. Thank you, Elick. Thank you. My greeter's slacking. She's supposed to help remind everybody. Anek, I'm pleased if I didn't say your name right. Anek, I did subscribe to your channel. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. I am terrible with Asian names. I really am. I'm doing good, Elick. I'm doing real good. I had a really good productive week last week. I'm doing pretty good this week too. It's been the economy. I don't care what anybody says. My company, we do a lot of freight that uh we provide items that people use every day. Like last week I did a Unilever product. Unilever sells such a variety of things. They sell deodorants and healthcare products and so we do a lot of food companies, General Mills, Kellogg's, uh we do Kimberly Clark. We have a lot of good accounts, so I mean it's really good. And our business, even if the economy slows down a little bit, it doesn't affect us because we deliver products that people use every day. Paper towels. I've delivered paper towels so many times. And actually, Georgia Pacific's a very big company in this country, and we just got an award from them. Our company got we were the shipping carrier of the year last year, so we got an award from them, and they awarded us a trophy. And of course, we get the status, but it's just good business. We don't have to worry about our contract with them. They'll always renew the contract. So yeah, we do really well there. But yeah. So, guys, just excuse me for 1 minute. I gotta turn my climate control on. It's getting warm in here, and I shut my air off earlier, so I'll be right back. So, we got this truck is equipped with a thing called optimized idle. So what happens is when when I need climate control, like air conditioning, I got to set it up front where you turn the key on, and you take the computer and you have to put the computer on optimize idle. So what happens is the controls for the air conditioner are right here in the back, right next to my bed. And so I set it on my desired temperature. And then what I do is I just set it there. And what happens though, with air conditioning, the truck engine has to run. That's the only downside to air conditioning is the truck will turn on by itself. Once I set it up and I have it set up, the truck engine will turn on and it'll turn my air conditioner on, and it will run the air conditioner until it gets to the temperature that I've selected, and then it'll shut off. Well, it's very difficult to sleep at night. My wife will tell you. Um, you try to sleep at night and that truck turns on, it shakes the whole truck, and it will wake you up every time. So what I do is I try to I try to get it really cold in here, not cold, but I run the air conditioner at the lowest setting, and then right before I go to sleep, I shut the truck off. That way, I don't have the truck waking me up in the middle of the night. Now, there, when I get really deep into the summer, like August, and you get down in the states like Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, where it really gets hot, and at night it don't even cool down. It's still hot at night. So when I get down there, then I'll run the truck all night long. I don't like to do it, but it's either I'm gonna lay in bed all sweaty or I'm gonna get woke up by the truck. And I'd rather get woke up by the truck because I don't want to wake up all sweaty in the morning. Yes, dear, I'm looking forward to it. Everybody misses that guapa face. We're 4 million in the house. Everybody hit that likey. I appreciate y'all coming. And we're just trying to, well, I told my wife I would help her with the live streams now. I might later on try to sing. We'll see. Um, I don't have a karaoke machine in here, and I don't have a setup with the laptop like I see a lot of these live streamers have. So I'm thinking I got a phone, a tablet, and a Bluetooth speaker. So it might work. We'll see. We'll give it a try. Anyways, 4 million in the house. Thank you on that. So let's see. Let's go to somebody's channel here. And I'll go to your channel. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, I see you do live streams too. You got a video of a cat, a sticker snow. I see you got some shorts. A pineapple farm. You did a short on a pineapple farm. You did pretty good on that. You got 986 views. Wow, let me see that one. Here, I'm watching it right now. Wow, I've never seen a pineapple farm before. I love pineapple too. Pineapple are good. Nice. Wow, okay. That's a lot of pineapples. That's a lot of pineapple. Wow, I like that video. You got a lot of views on that too, 986. Oh, wait, I got to give you the like. I got to give you the like. I'm sorry, I got you. I got the like. I got the like. It's okay. I liked your video. I watched your video. I liked it. As soon as my wife comes on, she can translate. We got 7 million in the house. Kamalik? Is that how you say that? Kamalik? Mixed vlogs. Thank you for coming, my friend. Let me check out your channel. What we got here? You got a lot of videos. 625 videos. Okay. Got some travel videos. Wow, you got a short. You did 905 views. That's really good. Wow, you guys actually know. Wow, you got some 31,000 views. Wow, that's really good. That is really good. Cat Escape Hide and Seek. What's that, a game that you play? That's really good. 31,000 views. That's really good. Yeah, I never had a video like that. I am good. Thank you for asking. What happened to 10 minutes, dear? My dearest wife, what happened to 10 minutes? I've almost been doing this an hour. It's 7:44 my time. That means it's 8:44 your time. It's okay. So got 7. Face to Ace. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I spent a little bit of time with you last week. You showed me around your neighborhood. I haven't seen Allentown in a long time. It's been a really long time. Like I told you before, I used to go to that amusement park when I was a kid. We kind of had like a tradition. I was from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and I remember when I was a kid in a town called Conshohocken, they used to have soapbox derbies, and it was father son thing, and they would build these little wooden cars that would race them down the hill. It was a downhill race, and you would race each other. And I remember on the 4th of July, we used to go see the soapbox for derbies, and then after that, we would go to Dawning Park. But yeah, it was it was some memories as a kid. They don't do that kind of stuff today. I don't think they probably haven't done those soapbox derbies in a long time. But yeah, they were pretty cool little cars. But yeah, it's definitely changed. Now everything. If kids don't have something digital to play with, they don't want nothing to do with it. Trying to get kids to go outside anymore is getting difficult. My grandkids are like that. They want to. I have a grandson. He's 10, and he don't want nothing to do with the outside. He'll go out once in a while, but now my granddaughter, she's 6. You can't keep her inside. She spends more time outside than her brother does. But yeah, all they want to do is play the digital games. I'm from the generation where video games just come out when I was a kid. I went to the arcade. We didn't have there was Atari had just coming out, but when Atari first came out, it was expensive. Only rich people owned Atari. And so we would go to the video arcade, put our quarters in. That's what they cost, a quarter for a game. We would put our quarter in and play a video game. That's what we did. For nutrition. But yeah, it's not the same as it was. I don't have a problem. I like the era that I grew up in. I really do. Before all the the cell phones and the laptops and the tablets. But yeah, the times have definitely changed. I'm gonna say the technology for a truck driver now, it is it is good and bad. I don't like the technology that they're putting inside these trucks, because it will drive you crazy with all the notifications I get all the time. But as far as like what I'm doing right now, I mean, I'm sitting in my truck, I'm sitting in the back, and I'm doing a live stream. I can watch movies anytime I want. I can watch any movie that I want. You got to pay for it, but I got that my little phone. It gives me a lot of options. But on the downside, well, who was it? I watch. There's a vlogger out of the Dumaguete area. He's American. I guess his wife gets a lot of hate, and so for some reason it bothers her. Look, if you get into YouTube, you got to get thick skin. You just can't let stuff bother you, because there's always going to be those. I call them keyboard warriors. It's amazing how brave people get when they're hundreds of miles, maybe thousands of miles away, and they know you'll never see them. So boy, they got a lot to say, and they're not afraid to hold anything back. There she is. Oh, always looking guapa. How are you up there twice? How did you manage to do that? Okay. I can hear you making noise. Anyways, it's that time of day. We're at the truck. This is when my wife was on the truck. This is when you sit up in the front seat, because it's that time of day where most of the drivers are finishing up their day. So sometimes it can be entertaining watching the newer drivers park their trucks. And I don't make fun of them, but it's just if you watch, it can be pretty interesting sometimes. Right now, there's an Amazon Prime truck, and it must be a new driver, because he's got another guy in the back of him guiding them and training. Let me see if here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, he's training them right now. And that's basically the hardest part about the job, is backing up. And believe it or not, that's where most of the accidents are. 60% of trucking accidents are all in the reverse gear.
Hello.
There she. Yeah.
Finally, I'm home.
No more hiding.
Ah, yeah, there is a bad feedback.
Uh, but anyways, yeah. So it it can be challenging. I remember being a new driver. I can remember getting up really early, because if certain truck stops, if you go to them, the parking lots are so big. If you get there early, you don't have to back up because it's what we call a pull through spot. So you can go around to the back of the spot and just pull right through because there's no other trucks around you. So you could just pull into the spot real easy. And that's what I used to do when I was new. That way it made my day easier. Then it was just easier to get up early in the day. And I've just always been an early morning person. My wife can vouch for that. She is too. I don't know if she was before she met me, but after she got on this truck, she became a morning person. Now she can't sleep. She can't sleep past 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yep, that's crazy.
Anyways, dear, so what do you have? Do you have any agenda or topics tonight, or would you like to sing for us? What would you like to do?
So I would want you to share to everyone that earlier it was stormy here and we were all went after a fair practice. That's why it took us forever before I can join you.
Okay.
So what was the topic?
I've been talking about many things. I talked a little bit about us. I talked a little bit about, well, right now I was just talking about there's a Amazon Prime driver over here that's got his trainer on the outside teaching him how to back up. But
Okay.
I've talked about a lot of things. When Face the Ace was just on, and I was I was talking to him about, well, when I was a kid, what I did as a kid, and how things are today, and with kids with electronics, and they don't want to go outside, and all they want to do is play games. And when I
Yeah,
was,
we can ask everyone, to those who have questions, would like to ask questions about trucking here in America, feel free to ask questions. I know you're willing to answer all those questions.
oh
This is
yeah, that, and I became a dad 38 years ago. That's when I first became a father. Was 38 years ago.
congratulations.
Hey, Amboy. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to you. Shout out to Amboy's Corner. If you're not
Hi, it's
you're not connected with
MJ.
Amboy, connect with him. And Amboy's been a member for a long time.
Yeah. Shouty, everyone. And thank you for joining. Finally, Doris, my husband decided to do my live on Friday because usually after work we have a choir practice, so I can't really start my live earlier. And since he offered me to do my live tonight, so I am very happy. Thank you. Ah, thank you. I know, appreciate it.
15 months. Wow, that's a long time. I think definitely one of your senior members. I don't see too
Yeah.
many people with the gold. That's a gold star. Is that gold?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
gold star member.
that's you don't get any higher than that.
Yep. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you.
I know you got a few people with a red star. I know that's been for a while too.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I gotta say you have had some very loyal members.
I'm not sure if everyone can really hear all the echo. Can you just tell me you can all hear the echo? I don't like it.
Hold on a second.
I heard some echo. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, so guys, if you have any question about, just out of curiosity, ask more questions. My husband will be willing to answer all your questions. Shout out to 8 million. We have it here in the house. Thank you, thank you. I don't think I can sing tonight. I've been singing, during the choir practice, so I will try to rest my voice. How's the weather in New York? Where you at right now, David and
I am in Rawlings, Wyoming. Actually,
Oh,
Rawlings, Wyoming is a very big place for the rodeo. Every year they have the rodeo circuit come out here. I think they've even had a few of the championships out here. Rawlings is a very big uh, cowboy town, I guess you could call it. There's they have the rodeo grounds here, and for some of you might have not ever heard of the rodeo that runs in the U. Actually, they have it in South America, Central America, and North America. But the rodeo is they ride bulls, they ride wild horses. There's actually women's competition where they call it barrel racing. So it's basically they set some barrels up, and the women take their horse and they got to circle the barrels, and they do it for time. Whoever has the fastest time wins. And so the American rodeo is really it's still pretty big in this country. But like I said, they have it in South America, Central America, and North America.
oh, okay. Well, this Amboy said that it was raining in New York today,
Hmm.
where it was stormy here earlier in Florida. Yeah, interesting. This helps support the American soccer side by keeping the life button. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So,
But dear, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to take my job anytime soon. I think I'm the better greeter. I'm a better greeter than you.
okay. Thank you. The time's out. So, what else?
Anyways, so I don't know. Those were the subjects we were talking about. I was telling everybody your schedule, what you do on Fridays, what you do on Saturday, and what you do on Sunday.
Yeah, like
Because
Monday to Friday, work,
I, I
Saturday
know
and Sunday, first.
I know there was some people that come to your channel and said, "Hey, that's not American Trucker's wife." And I'm sure seeing my face was a disappointment.
Well, guess what? I'm sure everyone are too excited to see you here in my live stream. You know, at least 14. I have somebody with me,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yep.
So you're good. But I don't like the echo of this side. I can still hear the echo.
Mm. Oh, the echo of your voice?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a headset, dear.
Okay.
I just tried my headset and it doesn't work with YouTube. I guess it only works when I call you on the phone because I
Yeah,
tried it.
I was what they call it, the Acer. I can hear the noise.
I'm sorry.
There is a noise.
It's because I'm an amateur YouTuber. That's why. You're professional. I'm just an amateur.
I don't know if it's my phone or what, but I'm not sure. Maybe I need to do some adjustment in my phone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. One, just close my cam and then let me try to do the setting.
Okay.
Yeah, echo
Anyways,
cancellation is How about me? Yeah, Echo Children.
Shout out to the 8 million in the house. Thank you for coming, everyone. If you get a chance, give us a thumbs up. Welcome to the American Trucker's Wife's live stream. And I hope everybody's having well. If you're here in America, I hope you're having a good Friday night. And if you're in the Philippines, I hope your Saturday morning's wonderful.
Amen.
I
you.
actually used to like Saturday mornings, and then I became a over-the-road truck driver, and Saturday morning is just another day for me. But it used to be nice.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
It's a very interesting life.
Yeah, it'll be nice again one day. When I can get out of this truck, my Saturday mornings will be good again. I'll be sipping coffee with my wife.
Okay. There's a lot of people doing live tonight, so
yeah, I know right before I came on yours, I saw Julie. I stopped in real quick and said hello, but yeah, I think she's been doing live streams on Saturday mornings for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but anyway, guys, hello. How are you? Shut up, everyone. Thank you. I'm not sure if how long David was gonna take my live, but yeah, I'm too tired to be honest. It's today's Friday, and it feels like it's Monday at work. Yep, it feels like Monday. Yeah.
Is it still raining in Panama?
No, it's not raining anymore.
Is it dark yet?
What now?
Is it dark?
Yeah, because it's already past 8 o'clock.
Okay, guys, just to show you the difference in time zones, right? My wife's in Florida right now, and she's in the central time zone. I'm in Wyoming, and I'm in the mountain time zone. It's dark. It's already dark at her house, and you could see what it's like here. And
Yeah,
there's the sun right there. So we probably still got about another 45 minutes of daylight. So you could get an idea. This country's huge. I mean, we have 4 time zones in the 48 states, and then Alaska and Hawaii are in their own time zones too. So we have a country that's in 6 different time zones.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, here in Florida, actually, I used to go for a walk at 7. So I would say it will start getting dark here at 8. But since we had a bad weather for the whole day, that's why it was start early. It's been storming.
Yeah, that's and hurricane season's coming now too. So
Yeah. This Emma said we are gonna do that way by July.
well, I just pray that we don't see anything like last year. Last year was pretty bad, especially with that one storm that went up into North Carolina. That just was terrible.
Yeah.
A lot of people, their whole life has changed. I mean, I can't imagine. I told you I watched that one video of the one woman. I mean, can you imagine being in a house with your parents and your child and watch them get washed away and never see them again? I mean, she just lost her whole family right in front of her, though. That's got to be one of the worst things that could happen.
Yep.
And just now I'm going to say one thing for Florida. Our governor, Ron DeSantis, he really did really good with the hurricanes last year. He got things up and running. I mean, as far as people getting electricity, making sure they had fresh water. I mean, he did a really good job.
Yeah,
But
like what this empire said, very devastating. Yeah, we have some establishments here in Florida that they were initiating like a hurricane drill. Like,
mhm,
what could you do? What would you do if there's a hurricane?
mhm.
Which is really good.
Well, Florida, if you've lived in Florida for some time, I'm not going to say you don't really ever get used to it, but you know what to do. You
Mm.
know when you need to evacuate, you know when you can stay in your house. Because I can remember sometimes. One time I had an apartment that was down close to the water. We had a hurricane come in, and it wasn't terrible, but I went to my parents' house because they had a block home. It was away from the water. And I remember another time going over my brother's house. I stayed with him. We actually we actually watched a tree blow down in the neighbor's yard, and the neighbors in the middle of the hurricane, the wind's blowing, they're out there with a chainsaw cutting a tree down
Yeah.
in the middle of the storm. It was crazy.
Okay, bye, Peter
Sneaker
Dan.
Dan, thank you for coming, brother. Thank you for coming. We were
Yeah,
just talking about some of the storms that Florida saw last year, Sneaker Dan. We had some bad hurricanes, and I was just talking about past experiences I had with storms. I've been really blessed. Actually, the biggest storm that I ever was physically went through was actually up in the New England states in the state of Connecticut. I think it was right after I got out of the military. I was staying with an uncle, and it was Hurricane Gloria. I'll never forget the name of the hurricane. But yeah, I can remember riding around with my uncle and looking at all these trees that were like 100 years old, and they were totally uprooted from the ground. But we were also talking about this hurricane that hit us last year, and it hit Florida pretty good. I mean, it came in. It was a Category 4, and which is a very strong. We get hurricanes. The Philippines gets typhoons, but a Category 4 is really strong, and it hit Florida at a Category 4. But the problem was it kept going. Now the winds died down, but it was still carrying a lot of water, and it went into North Carolina. And we're talking about a part of North Carolina where they weren't expecting any of this. This part of North Carolina never gets any storm. They said it was actually a storm, and like every 1,000 years you'll get a storm like that. Well, this was that storm, and the flooding was devastating. It killed a lot of people. It was bad.
Yep. Everybody saw it in the news how devastated that hurricane last year.
Yeah, it was. Well, I went when I was in the Philippines the last time. I was talking to my brother-in-law, her baby brother, and he was telling me about Odette when Odette hit, and how devastating it was. And I actually, her my wife and I, we stayed down in a condo on the tip of Macton Island, and you could see some of the ships, I guess, that they didn't sink, but they got damaged so bad that they're still sitting in the harbor, and one of them is getting scrapped. I guess that it's not the ship isn't seaworthy. They can't send it out to sea anymore. So they're actually there's a company, I guess, that bought the ship, and they're actually tearing it apart. They're actually cutting it apart piece by piece. But yeah, I saw the devastation of Odette.
Yeah.
But that's so my wife and I were looking for some property in the Philippines, and that's why when I told her, I said, you find the property because I don't know the Philippines. She knows where it's safe from hurricanes and natural disasters. Because I mean, you guys just don't have hurricanes. Or I'm sorry, you don't have just typhoons. You got volcanoes. You even got earthquakes in certain parts of the Philippines. So you got a lot of natural disasters that could happen.
Where when it comes to disaster, it's hard to It's hard to say that, oh, we can get a place we will be safe from all disasters. Anywhere, you can always expect that.
Yeah.
Typhoon, earthquake, any kind of devastation.
Well, and with the Philippines, it takes a long time to get the electrical grid back up. Hey,
Yeah.
Joyax,
Hey,
there, there's your other Gold Star member. There's another Gold Star member.
yeah, I have a lot of both members.
Yep.
Not a lot, but at least more than one. That is a lot.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much, Joya, for joining.
Yep.
So, guys, every Friday night, it will be my husband. David will be my life. So, I will just try to join after my choir practice.
Yeah, we'll try to make it better. I'll get better at this. I never really was good at lives. Actually, when I had my own channel, you know what I enjoyed? Well, I actually enjoyed walking and talking at the same time, showing different sites and just talking about certain things. If I get to some interesting places, I might do it again. But sometimes, like this place here where I'm at, I could walk for 5 minutes and you would be bored after 5 minutes. It might be nice to see the vegetation in this area is there's no trees. There is no trees. I'm looking, the only time you're going to see trees is when people planted trees. Like there's a couple over there, but you look over that way at all those hills, there's no trees. They have a lot of shrubs, a lot of little bushes, but it's kind of really boring landscaping.
Yeah, I've been in that place, guys.
But there are
All you
some
can see is
places.
rock.
Some of the videos that we've done with you are nice. You get down. I remember that one time we walked down there to Colorado River. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was one of my best experience when I was there with you.
Yep. So every now and then I get to a good place, and then sometimes my job can be boring. Sometimes all day.
But you are really good with it.
By the way, guys, if you get a chance, give me a thumbs up.
Yep. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Well, I was telling a few people this earlier this week that this is really both of our channels because the channel is named after both of us. I'm the American trucker. You're the wife.
Yep. I don't have any problem with that. Yeah, you can always be in my channel. And like what I said, when you're driving, if you want to go live, that would be better.
So, so what are you going to do? Just save your singing for Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just have a chat on Friday night and then do singing on
Yeah.
Saturday night. Okay. Well, that gives me one another day to rehearse some songs. I've been practicing a few.
Yeah. Chit chat with old trucker.
Well, that
Cool.
and I want to see how good uh, my speaker will work. But I've just figured I could use my tablet and my speaker for singing, and then I'll use my phone, or I could use my laptop. I don't know if my laptop speakers for receiving are as good.
So guys, you heard it already. You will go to see next time.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow night.
Yay.
But
Yeah, maybe tomorrow night.
as long as somebody leaves me 50 pesos.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Well, but anyway, thank you. I would like to say thank you everyone for always supporting my channel, our channel, and rest assured that, as much as we could, we can always show our support to your channel, especially my husband David, like he loves to watch all the channel and all your videos. Well, he always had a time.
Actually, I haven't seen Joyax do a live stream in a while.
Julia, when you are doing your live
Yeah,
anymore?
Joyax. Hopefully next week I'll get to see you. I know you're
Next,
busy working. I know you're busy working a lot too.
Kusina nila. Yeah, I would love to join other people's live, especially if they're singing, but our problem is our time difference. You know, when all these people do their live, it's evening here, and especially I work 5 days a week, so usually I go to bed like 8:30 to 9. So hopefully by tomorrow, if I get a chance, I'm going to check uh, who will go into live. Hopefully I can join them. So what's up, everyone?
I was wondering why you decided to go live stream, but now I see that you are home. So
Okay. Tambang nagtitinaka. Hello, mo ba? It's okay. Thank you so much for teaching.
yeah, thank you for coming. I got my air conditioner running now, guys. See the truck running. Like I said, I was sitting back here. The truck engine turned on, and what it does is it turns my air conditioner on automatically. And I
Sorry.
gotta say, I will say one thing for this air conditioner, it does get cold. When my wife was on the truck, sometimes she would tell me to turn it off.
The first time I came with you, but the second time I have to request to get me a fan, rotating fan.
Yep. So, what is your topic going to be for tonight, dear?
What now?
What is your topic going to be? What would you like to discuss?
Um, I don't really think particular topic, you know.
Oh, come on.
That's why I was telling everyone or encourage everyone to ask me question about soccer, hockey during the US because you are
Thank
the
you,
main expert
thank you
now.
for Rikishi. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes. How many people are we? We have
We
eight.
got eight
Wow.
million in the house.
Consistent 8 million. Thank you so much, everyone.
So, well, let me ask you this. Here's a good topic. Because it kind of relates to what Base the Ace and I were talking about a little bit. A little bit. So, how do you feel about relationships in the Philippines with all the people that you know? Do you think the Philippines has strayed away from their traditional relationships? Do you think times have changed where uh, relationships with couples are not the same as they used to be?
Nowadays, yeah, there's a huge difference. I mean, in the Philippines, if you ask me, if you talk about relationship, maybe I would say 10 years ago or 20 years ago, there's a huge difference compared to the new generation that right now dealing with the relationship. Like, we share this to you. Uh, One Filipina shared a post in Facebook and it was bashed because she was saying something about like the nowadays there are a lot of Filipina engaging with a foreigner, pretending to be a single, and they're married. So by the time
Yeah,
the foreigner will go
yeah.
visit them and spend a lot of money, of
Right.
course, even the husband can really benefit, the
Yeah.
allowance for the foreigner. By the time the foreigner came back to the US, of course, the husband will go back to the wife. So there's a lot of, I don't know, me nowadays people are tend to do things, they know it's wrong, but we thought it's right. So that's the sad part like, nowadays. So that's why she was telling everyone, foreigners, to be careful. Because I know there's a lot of people, I mean, foreigners that they wanted to be, you know, they're searching for a Filipina or Asian or whatever, or foreign partner. But
Hmm.
yeah, like what I said, just be careful because there's a lot of, I would say, I call them scammer. I don't know if that answered your question because I don't really hear
Well,
what was your question to be
it
honest.
did to a point. I just was wondering. I mean, do you feel relationships have changed in the Philippines? Let's just say over the last 20 years. Has
Yeah.
it is it different now? So
Hmm.
what do you think's different?
The difference right now is like myself, I still believe in, the old tradition way, or I consider myself like a conservative woman. Like nowadays, it's different. The way they deal or the way handle the relationship is different. Before, once a man engaged to a woman, so there will be commitment, both sides. Nowadays, there's a lot of broken relationships, and I can really say, and I can really tell that each, part, like the partner, the husband and the wife, they don't care at all, especially women, because their only option is, I don't care if you're gonna leave me or we're gonna have a divorce or another marriage, because I can get a partner anytime. And
Right.
to be honest, I don't really understand that. And besides, like aside from that, the new generations are very, I
I
would say, they're very curious about things and are not scared the result or the outcome of their action. So
mhm.
that's why there's a lot of young pregnancy, there's a lot of broken families, and even like yesterday when I think before I went to sleep, I just went to YouTube for, not for a while, but maybe for less than 10 minutes. And I saw this young lady. I will not going to call her a woman because she's not a woman. She's just a lady. She was doing her live, and I don't know how to do that. People have been giving her money like $100, $100, $50, and then this man on her live, like I don't know, they were talking about things, different things, but for me, it's part of like I would say there's something wrong. Because um, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain. There, this woman, young generation right now is more of about like material things, like
Oh
what you
yeah.
can get.
I another one of the other Dumagetti vloggers I watch, Paul from the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks. He said when he first moved to the Philippines that he met a woman and he was dating her for a little bit, and it didn't. They ended up becoming friends, but he watched her, and she had like two online boyfriends, and then she had one that lived with her but off and on. Like I guess he was from Australia, and he would go back to Australia for a while, and then he would come back, and she had like three different guys that she was getting money from. I mean,
Yeah.
it, it's sad because when you might have a foreigner, he might be like looking for a Filipina the first time, and he gets scammed like that. then he's gonna just think that all Filipinos are bad. And I hate women that do that. That they give the Philippines a bad reputation. There's not a lot of them out there, but it only takes a few of them to give the Philippines a bad reputation.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's sad, but it's true.
Well, it
Yeah.
happens. It happens. Look, when I first when I first got on the online scene and I was still single, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't scammed terribly, but I got scammed a little bit, but I learned. But then I constantly had. It seems like if you go into certain communities, if you go into a certain community and they find out that you're a giver, boy, you get a lot of email and you're getting all these people trying to chat to you. Once they find out that you're not that smart, you'll give money away. You get swarmed by a lot of people, and it's not always women either. It's sometimes it's guys pretending to be women.
Yep. For me, it's not risking. Yeah. I mean, if we talk about risking, there's always the oh, I don't know what thinker that we're talking about risking the relationship.
Yeah.
Because I know those women, they're not looking for a relationship. They're looking for
Uh,
an ATM machine, you know.
no,
But let's talk
there's
about the positive way.
no,
Like,
before you get to that though, and I want to say on the other end too, because I've seen it too. American guys coming on, and they're not looking for a relationship. They just want to see if they can get the women to send them pictures or expose themselves, and it's most of that's the younger men. But I've seen those guys come online too, and they upset me too because well, we just don't need that kind of stuff on the internet.
yep. So let's talk about the positive thing. There's a lot of Filipino women who are also married to a foreigner that they were also happy right now. That husbands are very proud and very satisfied and happy with being with a Filipino wife. So, there's also uh, a bad and a good.
Right.
Yeah, that after the Filipino woman, their life became so different from the previous marriage. So that is one thing also. So hopefully that this young generation right now who are doing this kind of things, like scamming a lot of foreigners because of money, hopefully they will realize it. And the sad part is
Well,
sometimes it was the parent itself or family members will encourage them to do this just to get money from the foreigners.
well, but I think a lot of guys, the ones that get scammed, are the ones that are probably maybe been widowed and are trying to get, trying to meet new people. And there's a lot of these people like my age that never really were familiar with the internet. So they're the ones that can fall into being a victim of scams. But once you've been scammed once, I'm gonna say not everybody's like that, but once you've been scammed once, you've learned your lesson. But it is sad. I've heard some horror stories and where people have lost their whole life savings, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And believe it or not, it's the women that really get scammed hard too. I know this one woman. We're talking. I think it was like $260,000. She was talking to some guy. Now, of course, the person she thought was talking to really wasn't him. It turned out to be a guy from Nigeria, and he scammed her for a lot of money. I mean, and it makes me sad that woman saved her whole life, and she just fell into this trap where she thought she was in love.
Yeah, that's true. Speaker Dan said, next time get good friends and eventually leading to more serious ones. But unfortunately, there are unsuccessful ones.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you know what? Yeah, it's true. Like me, I would like to talk about other people's experience. I would like to talk about my experience. I've been in a relationship, long distance relationship for before I met David. I had, I don't know, like two. That this man has been so generous to me. They've been supporting me financially. Like I would say, after the time of my life that I was really materially blessed. Like from head to toe. Like wear a blue headband. I have to wear a blue blouse shirt. I have to wear a blue purse, and I don't really wear unbranded clothes. I I was really extravagant on that time of my life because of this, guy I've met before. And then, yeah, I was lucky because I've met this foreigner that we were very uh, financially generous, supported me for how many years. But like what you said, it depends on your intention. If the intention is not really pure, yeah, that is when I would say very unsuccessful. But when I met him, it was different. Because I would say maybe I am already mature at that time. When I met him, it was different. I can really feel it. And I said, I am committed. So, yeah, we decided the things
Shout it.
happened.
Shout out to Teacher Couple Talks.
Teachers couple stuff. Hello, teachers couple stuff.
I just subscribed to your channel.
Thank you, teachers couple stuff.
He asked you how you are. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Yes, Teachers Couple Talks. You have the husband and wife tonight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about other things because people are get bored about you're working in my 3 minutes. I just did. It's already finished.
She knows the deal. She knows the drill.
Yep.
No, but I mean, I don't really want to, not to change the subject, but you know, people got to just be aware. I mean, there are a lot of, okay, over here, there is a program for seniors. It's actually, and there's an administration. It's called AARP, and it's for senior citizens. Okay, and there's a lot of things they do, but they actually send you an email, and you get notifications from them when they find out about scams. They notify everybody. So it's a big administration, and there's a lot of members. So if a member gets scammed, what they do is they bring it to attention to the administration, and then they spread the email to everybody. So I think it might be getting a little bit better, but people just got to be aware. I mean, especially on dating sites, they're the worst. I mean, when you go to a dating site, don't believe anything you see because it's a good possibility that it's not that person. I definitely learned that myself.
Yeah.
But I can remember this one site, and it's still around, but it's to this day, it's still got a reputation for scammers, but it's called plentyoffish.com. And and the reason why a lot of scammers go on that site, because it's free. Now you can upgrade your membership, but the original membership is free and you can message each other. I think they give you a limit of so many messages a week, but you can message people. And oh my God, the scammers on that site. I mean, out of every 5 people that might message you, maybe one of them might be genuine, maybe, but a lot of times you got to reach out to other people and you just got to learn how to screen people. I mean, obviously, if they ask for money, you just say no.
Yep.
I mean, I actually would read some people's profiles and it would say scammers do not apply.
they they wait for that Friday.
Thank you, teachers couple. one of these one of these days I'll have to make a video.
Okay, so what else can you share for everyone? So what can you advise to all the Filipina out there?
What can I tell the Filipinos? What when looking for
Advice.
when looking for a foreign guy?
Yes.
Because foreign guys, everybody talks about Filipinos, but foreign guys can be bad sometimes too. I mean, their big thing is they want to. Well, there's a saying for in the Philippines. There, some guys are what they call the 2 week millionaire, and I'm a witness to that. I like being a 2 week millionaire too, but I don't have those intentions. So some foreign guys they want to come over to the Philippines. They want to stay in all the fancy hotels and eat good food. But what they do is they want to latch onto a girl for like 2 weeks, and they want to have a good time with her for 2 weeks, and then after that, that's it. They don't want anything to do with her. And sometimes they'll come over there with false pretensions. They'll tell the girl, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a relationship. Yeah, yeah, I'm looking for a girlfriend, for permanent, maybe marriage." And that, some of them are lying. Some of them are just over there to have a good time for 2 weeks. They go home and they ghost that girl. So it can go both ways. There's bad experiences for Filipinas too.
I agree. That's really true.
Yes, teachers couple. I've been on a channel. I'm usually not on the channel. I usually sit like in the audience, and so I've seen you come on. I've seen you come on the channel quite a few times. But yeah, and I mean, Filipinos got to keep their guard up too. Don't let these foreigners come over and take advantage of you. I mean, and sometimes foreigners can be very arrogant. They can be very rude. They think just because they got all the money that they can do whatever they want. There was that one Russian. He was doing some really stupid things in the Philippines. He come over and thought he could do anything he want. He's sitting in jail right now. And
Yeah.
and so he should be. He disrespected a lot of people. But Filipinos, they got to be careful too. Foreigners, and I'm sad to say, Americans, a lot of Americans can be rude too. They like to be loud. They just think everything should be their way. Everybody's supposed to understand their language, and so I realize I deal with them every day. They're rude over here too. Don't just think they come to the Philippines to be rude. They're rude here too. My wife can vouch to that. There's a lot of Americans that are rude.
Oh, yeah. And now I'm not worried about them. I know how to deal with it. But
I
the best thing to do is do not learn how to be rude. Let them rude to you, but never be rude to anyone.
I agree.
Yep.
I will teachers couple. I have a lot of time during the week, and I will do my best to stop by your channel. It might only be once a week because my wife and I have a system, and she works. My job gives me more freedom than hers. I can be online, where she works in a doctor's office. She works at the front desk. She cannot be online, and she can't. She's got too much work. Where I have a little bit more free time than she does, as far as where I can be online. So That's our deal. I support other channels. I support our friends and stuff. And well, she just comes onto the channel, looks beautiful, and sings beautiful. That's our.
Okay, thank you.
But I will I did subscribe to your channel, so I will try to stop by this week and watch a video. You'll know it's me because I always leave a comment. I always give you a thumbs up and I leave a comment.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, he will going to sing one of my live streams. So let us give him a chance to practice the song.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Nah,
Yay!
yeah, I don't really have a busy schedule for the next 2 days. Tomorrow is 6 hours. The next day 7 hours. So
You're welcome to choose couple. So
yes, you are very much welcome.
thank you for your support as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what is your time now?
My time
Mm-hmm.
8:42.
Yeah, it's really early time. Why can
Well,
you just
you're at 9:42, so it's almost 10 o'clock your time.
yeah, I'm getting sleepy too.
Well, I got out here a little bit later than possible, and I made my dinner. And by the time you texted me when I just had finished, and I had to clean up first because I'm ready. My coffee pot's sitting right here. It's ready to go for tomorrow. I even cleaned my floor. I had to clean the filter out of my vacuum cleaner, so I still need to work on cleaning a little bit.
Why can you just invite everyone to join you, you know, let us know if one of us let me know if one of you here is willing to join us and sing for us. We would love you to have here in the stage.
Okay,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, teachers couple, you have a good day. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and end the live now because I want to go back and see Ken. Ken said he was doing a live stream, so I think I'll go visit Ken's live stream before we go to sleep tonight.
Okay. That is a good plan.
Guys, I appreciate everybody stopping by. Macton Angel, Teacher Couple Talks, Rikishi. I appreciate you guys. And everybody have a good day. I'm gonna sign out. It's up to my wife if she wants to stay on, but I gotta I gotta get up early tomorrow and do it all over again. So
Yep.
thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow night for a little bit. But I will be basically the one hosting on Friday nights now. So I will try to get better with it. I'll have more things to do. So
Good night, everyone.
everyone have a wonderful night.
Yes. God bless you all. God bless us all. Love you.
Love y'all. Bye.